Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new video in the Thuluth script. In today's video we are going to talk about the letter lam, and we're going to start with a singular one. For this one it's exactly the same as the kaf, as we said before. We start with an alif move and we follow it with a noon move so that we get the shape of the lam. So let's start with an alif move. Yay. Pen isn't writing, although I've been writing with it just now. So we start with the hilya, then we go down with the alif shape, again the heights for these letters are governed by the piece of art you want to do, so that's something you should check when you do the letters. Again, over here you have to go back and check the dimensions for the hilya, 1.5 by 1, and how it should look like. That's in the alif lesson. Now when we reach to this point, we have 2 points of drop that the lam cup would drop to. The kaf was 1 point, lam is 2 points, and inside we've got 5 points of width. So what we're gonna do is basically drop down this way, then start rotating and coming back. So you drop down with a nice curve, you touch this baseline down here, and you come back with a curvature up to here. And again, you need to have a nice curvature at the end here, along with this curve down here, which is 1 point. So this would be your lam by itself, as you can see here. The kaf was shallower. The kaf would touch here and then come back. So if the lam came at the beginning of a word, it would be something similar to this, but it will connect to something after. So again, you're going to start with a hilya. Then go down with the letter, just like an alif. And let's say that this is where the line is. You're going to drop for 1 point over here, and then connect it to whatever letter that is coming after it. So if it was a ba, it would be a ba. If it was a ain, so you go down, then you go up. Whatever letter that comes after it, you have to give it a curvature. This is what's governing us. Is basically the going down and up, going down, then going back up, whatever the letter that comes after the lam. Again, the space, depending on it, usually is 2 points for the 1 point going down and 1 point going up. If you had like a lam connected to a lam, that's basically a lam in the middle. The first one would have a hilya, as we said. The next one, as we said, we go down, then up, the normal shape. The next one is basically an alif. You go up as an alif. As an alif at the end. They all come at the same height. And when you go back with a straight line that will give you the thick shape that we talked about in previous shapes like a dal. You would leave a 1 point as usual, as we said, and this would drop lower. Because in general, the thuluth is a script that the words sort of drop down, but the line is straight. So yeah, again, 2 points of width on the inside. This is the same height up here, and the height, as we said, is governed by whatever script you have or piece of art you want to make. And here again, you're going to do the alif move. When I say the alif at the end, I mean the going up while going slightly to the left. So it is the alif move. Then you go down and this, let's say, a lam at the end. Now you would extrude from this point as we did here, but again you've got the 2 points of drop, so this would go down to here and we'll rotate back. So you've got 1 point in here and a second point down here, and you're inside and this shape. So the lam, the top part of the lam changes once it's not in the beginning of a word. Inside it will be a normal shape, just like it's like an alif combined with a lam. At the end, as we saw here, it's the same idea, but you would extrude it from here. In the middle, again, you have the drop down, then drop, then going upward. I think this is for today's lesson. It's a short one, pretty short one. It's just a little lam. I didn't want to do the lam alif because I thought that has to be after the ta marbuta in order to know how to write the ta marbuta shape. Now you could write words if you want to. Let's change into a smaller pen. And I was thinking of writing words like layl, which means night. Just so that you could practice your lam at the beginning and at the end, which also shows you how to write it in the middle. So you would start with the hilya, go down with an alif shape, then you've got the ya, which is basically a bat shape. Then you've got your alif move that you go up and left with. Then you go down. And extrude. Again, this end shape is basically a noon shape, so practice your noon and it will basically give you this shape. Because again, it's the same 2 points of drop with 5 points of width, the nice curve at the end. So you've got layl. You could write any other word, but I chose layl so that you could write it at the beginning, which will include the hilya, just like the alif, and at the end, which also includes the one in the middle. And yeah, to focus on this part over here, you have, because the pen is really tiny and the ink is super liquid, you need it to start from here. So you need some shapes, as you can see. Here it was too much ink and that's why it didn't show. But yeah, I think these ones, the ones before here, this one and this one at the beginning, they showed you the sharp edge at the beginning. The bigger the pen, the clearer it will be. I use smaller pens so that you could see the entirety of the letter in one move, or at least in one frame, rather than having to change the frame or move around the paper. So again, when you go down, as you can see, if you were doing the alif ending, so this is where it ended, you will typically start from here with a nice angle to the left. And this is what I'm talking about, is this curve back here and this tiny part. It is not this, it's not that thin, but again, it is not this thick. So it's an area in between. It is basically having your end shape which is this part, to include the next one, the continuity, which will give you this nice shape over here and a nice cut in the back here. So yeah, this is basically where you should intersect those two. Again, I mean, with practice makes perfect, as we all know, so don't take your time, don't speed it up, try and just keep doing it. With every time you do it, you will notice something new. You will notice that, okay, I need this to be looking curvy on the outside and smooth. I need my angle of exit to be shallower, just like here. That's because you've got 2 points of drop and you need to cover all of that. And again, when you do the whole alif letter, it would be more visible and clear. So yeah, this is what I meant by having it not too small and not too wide. It is a combination between this and this. So there's a fine line to write it with. Here's a big one if you want, if it helps to understand how the lam looks like. So this is for the lam lesson. We've got a few more letters left. We've got meme, noon, ha, waw, ya. The meme might take more than one lesson. The noon should be simple. The ha, I think, is definitely more than one lesson. Then we've got the ya, which should relatively be easy. Following that, we've got the lam, alif, and some harakat and how to write. Thuluth is a big script, so it is taking a long time from us to finish. But yeah, this is how it is, and lots of people asked for it. So for the people who are asking for other scripts, sorry about that. We have to finish this because we've committed to it. Anyway, combine this with the letters that you've studied before. Don't rush things, just take your time doing them. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Again, if I don't upload on 1 week, I'll be either busy or just not feeling like making more video. So just wait until next week and you will find a video, inshallah. Like, share and subscribe to the channel if you want to know or learn more about Arabic calligraphy. This has been Ammar Awadi. As usual, have a safe day out there. And yep, have a lovely day, evening or night, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.